Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Your Mark on the World show. I'm your host, Devin Thorpe, and our guest today is Kelly Ramirez. She's the CEO of the Social Enterprise Greenhouse in Rhode Island. Kelly, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Devin. My pleasure.
We're really grateful that you would take the time to be with us. Tell everyone what the Social Enterprise Greenhouse is.
Sure. We are a nonprofit network of 150 plus business and community leaders working to create jobs and opportunity for all through the launch and growth of social enterprises. We call ourselves a social enterprise ecosystem builder. So we've developed a comprehensive set of services to support social entrepreneurs and their ventures from idea all the way to funding. We've been doing this work for a little over 5 years and really getting a lot of traction. We're now working with more than 150 social enterprises that in aggregate have created 750 jobs and have improved the lives of more than a 250,000 people. So in Rhode Island, it's really all about job creation. We need jobs, we need good jobs, and so this approach seems to be resonating with people.
Well, it's really amazing how far you've come. I want to drill down a little bit on the model. So you've got 150 people who serve as members of the Social Enterprise Greenhouse. What do they do for the enterprises?
Right. I do often say like that network of just amazing volunteers is kind of our secret sauce, and I continually pinch myself and say why is this working so well? So these people, many of them are having and have had very successful business careers. Are not only volunteering with our entrepreneurs and our enterprises as coaches and advisors, but many of them are very engaged with us as an organization, serving on committees, helping to run programs, and just incredibly generous with their time and their resources. Many of them are also donors to our organization. And I think what makes it all work and makes it so magical is these people are really looking for purpose. And they can come and spend a couple hours with an amazing social entrepreneur and do what they're good at, which is business, and make a huge impact. And I think it's just a win-win. Many of our volunteers say, they're getting more out of it than they think the entrepreneurs are. I just think it's kind of a match made in heaven.
Are the folks providing capital to the startups?
Some of them are, yes. So some of them have become investors in our loan fund. That is one of our services that we offer. Some have gotten to know the entrepreneurs through their work with them as coaches and advisors and have gone on to become investors in the case of for-profit social enterprises and donors when we're talking about a nonprofit model.
But that doesn't seem like that you don't create that expectation. That's more of a serendipity, or is that a part of the program?
Yeah, no, I mean, every one of our volunteers is different and, motivated by different causes and wants to engage in different ways, and we welcome all engagement. So like anything else, we find that some of our volunteers hit it off with entrepreneurs. Maybe it's because they're particularly motivated by the issue that entrepreneur is solving, or maybe it's just that they're like really impressed with that individual as an entrepreneur and believe that that investing in that individual makes sense.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about the loan fund. How does this work?
Sure. So our loan fund started out as a grant fund, and then we transitioned it to a recoverable grant fund, and then we decided that because we were really training these social entrepreneurs to think like businesses, that it made the most sense to launch a loan fund. So it's small, but pretty successful. We currently have 3 outstanding loans. Our typical loan size is between 10 and 20,000, and what we hear from the individuals that we've invested in is actually going through the process is as valuable as the money itself. So our loan committee is staffed by, again, these amazing volunteers. On that particular committee, we have a bunch of bankers, and they really work very closely with the entrepreneurs throughout the life of the loan. Well, pre-loan actually, and post-loan as well. Pre-loan is just getting them to sort of get their I would say their loan package in order, and then throughout the life of the loan, just continued business technical assistance. I mean, obviously, we want to recycle our money, so we're very invested in the success of our portfolio.
So it sounds like the fund itself has what in assets? $50,000 or something?
Well, it has 150 in total. So, and we're in the process of really trying to take the loan fund to the next level. So we're in the process of recapitalizing that right now, really trying to get more individuals investing in the loan fund.
Great. This is really kind of an exciting program. So give us an example or two of the social enterprises that really excite you when you think about the work that you're doing, where you say, I'm glad I get up in the morning because I get to help.
Yeah, well, that is exactly how I feel. I am so inspired by all of the entrepreneurs and the volunteers that I work with. It's just, it's such an amazing community of really talented, motivated community leaders. So let's see. I could go on and on about this question, but I'll choose a couple of my favorites. Capital Good Fund. It was started by a Brown student. Well, while he was at Brown, he went through our accelerator program. He was part of our first class. And Capital Good Fund provides financial literacy training and microloans to some of Providence's most vulnerable populations. And the loans are for things like becoming a U.S. citizen, or upgrading your appliances to become more energy efficient, or to get a computer so that you can, do the things that you need to do to be more successful. So they now have been operating like us for a little more than 5 years, and have provided more than $2 million in microloans. They are running a randomized control study. Their hypothesis is that by helping people manage their money more effectively, the stresses are reduced, and you'll see things like improved educational and health outcomes of the children of the recipients of their services. So they're now scaling beyond the Rhode Island borders. Another really great example is an amazing venture called Solar Sister, and that is sort of a woman-to-woman distribution model. So think Avon for solar lanterns. It was piloted in Uganda, and they have now scaled across Africa, and it's just an amazing story. It's about job creation. It's about improved health outcomes, because people are using solar instead of kerosene, and really, really cool story.
Yeah, you're not going to accidentally burn your child with a solar lamp, are you?
Exactly.
You're not going to get cancer from breathing the kerosene fumes every night. Of your life, right? I mean, just think of the benefits of that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Great work. Amazing. Well, I can see why you're inspired.
Yeah.
There are days, however, Kelly, I know that it doesn't matter what you're doing. There are days that are challenging, days that are hard, and I think you probably think about someone who inspires you, motivates you, someone you think of as a role model, who is that? Who do you go to when you need to be reminded to keep going?
I don't really have like a Mother Teresa or a Gandhi figure, to be honest. I go to those 150 leaders that we work with, and the growing pipeline of entrepreneurs that are entering sort of into our service continuum. And that pipeline, I mean, just the momentum, I cannot describe how exciting it is. One of the things we do is work very closely with, there are 9 universities within a 45-minute drive here in Rhode Island. And young people, college students, want to do well and do good. And they are thinking about this, and they want to start businesses, and they want to work with these types of businesses. And so I'm just inspired by everyone around me, to be honest. And that keeps me going. Like, I know it's all making sense.
Oh, that's great. Well, I'm sure that you love what you're doing. That's clear in our discussion. But I wonder, you could be doing a lot of different things. You're a talented, capable person. That's obvious. Why do you do this? Why do you care about social enterprise? What motivates you to do this work?
I am sure that social enterprise is actually the strategy to really start making a dent in the world's social challenges. I mean, traditional solutions have just not worked. And I think that social enterprise is this amazing hybrid model. I think of it as breaking down silos. So there's no longer kind of business over here and nonprofit over here. There's this continuum, and businesses and nonprofits are moving to the center of the continuum because it makes sense. And so I just think it's the way of the future. And, in my mind, I believe that maybe in 10 years we won't even be calling it social entrepreneurship or social enterprise, because every enterprise will be doing, having a positive impact on the world.
Yeah, an inspiring notion. I thought the same thing. The trend, the movement toward social enterprise is growing so rapidly, with so much enthusiasm, that it does beg the question of whether we will need to call it social entrepreneurship in 10 years, because it may become all entrepreneurship. I love that idea. Well, one last question before you go, Kelly. You have really pulled off something amazing. You are tremendous. Now give us a tip so the rest of us can have more impact. We want to play like you. What's one tip to help us be more like Kelly?
Oh, well, I thank you for that. I mean, this has not been a one-woman show. Let me start out by saying that. There's a whole community of people that are really driving this organization. And that, I guess, would be, again, what I think is the secret to our success. It's being collaborative and bringing people, seeing everyone as possible partners and possible sort of a piece of the solution, I guess, for better or for worse. So our model is just all about collaboration. That's part of the ecosystem, right? It takes the policymakers, it takes the students, it takes the academics, it takes the business leaders, it takes the social entrepreneurs, and bringing all of those stakeholders together and working together. I love that part of my job, and I think that is why we've been able to really build up this movement.
Oh, that's great. Well, Kelly, thank you very much for being with us today. Before we wrap up, can you tell us how people can get in touch or learn more about the Social Enterprise Greenhouse?
definitely. So our website is segreenhouse.org. Definitely reach out to me. I'm Kay Ramirez at segreenhouse.org. And also, I just wanted to do a plug. One of the programs that we offer is a big conference at Brown University. We do a lot of work with Brown, and this year it's April 24th to 25th. Just a great community of people talking about best practice, talking about collaborations, learning from each other. So would love to have anyone out there listening join us.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Kelly, thank you very much for joining us today. We wish you every success.
Thank you so much, Devin. I appreciate it.
All righty. Let's do some good.
Thank you.